Okay. So we already covered what like terms are, right? We already covered when we can combine like terms, okay? And when we add binomials, we were good on that. When we subtracted binomials, who remembers what was the rule when we were subtracting binomials? It's kind of like when we were, Jace, copy out opposite. That's all you did, right? Because adding binomials was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is factoring linear expressions. And this is actually pretty easy. What does the word factor mean? What are factors? Anybody know what factors are? What are factors, Jacob?
Kind of like variables?
Well, they can be variables. They can be variables. Luke?
The numbers that you multiply in a multiplication.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, factors, and you guys covered it. They can be numbers, or why did I put number row? I don't know why I did that.
Oh.
Numbers or variables multiplied. What's the answer to a multiplication problem? Rhymes with product.
Product.
Yes, to get a product. Okay? So they are numbers that we multiply or variables to get a product. If I said 3x, okay? What do I multiply? What are some things I can multiply to get 3x? Anybody? 3 times what?
3x times 1.
Just 3 times x, right? Those are factors, right? Okay. I can multiply 1 times 3 times x. Now, every single number. Okay, Emma, give me a number. 5. Okay. Ashley, give me a number. 7. Okay. What is the one factor that 5 and 7 have in common? They have one common factor that every other number has. I mean, 1. Okay. Every number has a factor of 1. But we're not concerned with that. Okay. We're concerned with the numbers that are not 1s. Okay. So let's say I have the number 8. Okay. We can list 1 for now. What are the factors of 8? What are the numbers I can multiply to get 8? I can multiply 1 times 8. What else? 2 times what? Times 4. Is there anything else I can multiply? Okay, so those are the factors of 8, right? Right? Okay. What if I said this number, 12x? Okay, let's start with 1 times what? Times 12. What else?
6 times
2 times 6. What else?
3.
Times 4, right? Okay, so those are all the numerical factors. But what do you notice? What was after this x? I mean, well, never mind, I just gave it away. What was after the 12? X. So what is going to be tacked onto the end of this? An x. Okay, these are all of the factors of this number. These are all the numbers I can multiply to get that number. Does that make sense? Okay, now, last week, we learned about the distributive property, right? And if I had something like this, okay, how did I simplify this? How did I use the distributive property to simplify this? Anybody remember? You start by separating these terms. Okay, and then I do 2 times y. What's 2 times y? 2y. And what's 2 times positive 4? Positive 8. Okay? We did that last week, right?
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't understand.
Oh, now you get it, right? It's easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this, what we're going to do is we're going to take a number like this, and we're going to go backwards and turn it into a number like that. What do I mean? Okay.
That's what we're doing this way?
Oh, so we're basically just doing the.
We're
dividing.
That seems fun.
Okay, so let's start with a really, really easy one. Okay?
Like easy, like for you easy or easy for us?
Easy for all of us. Okay? Shh. Gentlemen, I need you to pay attention. Okay, let's say I've got this. I have 4 This is an easy one. 4y plus 4. Okay. I want you to look at those numbers and tell me something other than 1. First of all, how many terms are up there? There's 2, right? There's a 4y and a 4. Agreed? Can I combine those? No. So what is something that goes into both of those? Lily? 2, but a bigger number. What's something that goes, the biggest number that goes into both? 4. Okay? So I'm going to write a 4. Okay? And then I'm going to put parentheses. Okay? Because we're going to have parentheses on all of our answers today. Okay? Now, 4 times what would give me 4y? Y. And 4 times what would give me positive 4? What kind of 1? Positive 1. Okay? We factored this.
Ooh, that's easy.
That's easy, isn't it? Okay? All we did was take that number. Now, obviously, they're not all going to be that simple. Okay? But what we did is we factored that expression down to the simplest factors. Okay? Let's try another one. Okay? Yeah.
So you just divide the 4 by 4?
On this one, okay, this one's a little bit different. Let's say I've got 15y plus 30. Okay? Now, there's some numbers that go into both of these. Okay, I want to show you 2 ways. Not 3, sorry, 30. What's something that goes into both of these numbers? Savannah. 15. So I can put 15. 15 times what gives me 15y? Y. And 15 times what gives me positive 30? Positive 2. Okay, that's correct. But let's say that I did 5. Okay? If I did 5 times what gives me 15y? 3 what? 3y. And 5 times what gives me positive 30?
6.
Positive 6. Okay? Now, what I can do when I get to this point, this is simplified all the way. I can't do anything else with this. But this I could still simplify because these two also have a common factor, don't they? What goes into both of these? 3. Okay? So if I take that 3 out, I'm going to multiply it by what's ever out here. So 5 times 3, 3 times what gives me 3y? And 3 times what gives me 6?
2.
Now, if I multiply 5 times 3, did I get the exact same answer as what's up here?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Okay. Does that make sense what I did?
So it's easier just to do the
So I'm
It's
not.
easier to get the biggest number out of both of them.
So can
Okay.
I just do the other one and forget about that, what you just
Well,
showed
but
us?
sometimes it's not that simple. Like this, for example. Okay. Let's say I've got these numbers. I've got 27q
Oh, okay.
minus 72. Okay? Now, in this particular one,
That's not possible.
there's not a number that goes into, in other words, 27 doesn't go into 72. So I have to think about something. I have to think of a factor, the biggest number that goes into, Abby,
I know it.
what is it?
It's 9.
Okay, let's try 9. So if I do 9,
Oh, yeah.
9 times what gives me 27?
3.
3 what?
Oh, my.
3 are cubed.
3q.
9.
And 9 times what gives me not positive 72, but what?
Negative.
Negative 72. What's that going to be?
7, 6.
What kind of 8?
Positive 8.
Negative 8.
Ah,
Now, when I look at this, I can't simplify this any further because 3 and 8, the only factor they have in common is what?
wait, where'd you
One.
get the 8?
That's not going to do that.
Because
Because 9 times 8 is
9 times negative 8 is negative 72.
Got it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, the one that you just showed us, like, just right now, that one wasn't as bad, but, like, on some problems, we're going to have to do, like, going the 3-step way. That's what we're...
Probably not.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
good.
Because I didn't take notes for that one. That one was too boom. Like,
It
Okay.
happens
that
all
one.
too fast.
I'm not even close to being done. So are we good on this first part?
Wait, that's the first part. There's
Uh-huh.
more.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Are we good on, let's call this part A. Are we good on part A?
Yeah.
Let's move to part B.
How many parts are there?
Like 3.
17.
Okay. Yeah.
So we had B and C to go?
Oh, and gosh, let's just do this. Okay, so let's say I've got 45x plus 35x. Okay. Oh, you. So first thing. No, I'm changing my mind.
Oh, man.
I'm making this y. Boom. Now, before we worry about the variables, because if I had 35x and 45x, what would I have done? What would I have done? Just combine them, right? Because they're the same variable. But these are different variables. Can I combine these? No. So think about something that goes into both of these.
So you make it harder by changing the.
What do you say, Luke? Luke says 5.
But you can do a higher. No, you can't.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, let's try 5. Let's try 5. Okay? If we did 5, 5 times what gives me 45x? 9x. Now, 5 times what gives me positive 35y? What kind of 7?
Positive 7y.
Plus 7y. And the way that I know that I can't simplify this any further, I look at these two numbers in here. What's the biggest number? What's the only factor they have in common? 1. So is this simplified? Yes, it
As
is.
bad as I thought it was.
See, it's not that bad. Try this one. Try this one. Okay, let's do. All right. Try this one. 16m minus 28b.
I can't do the minus.
Just try it without saying anything. Try it. Just try it. Brooklyn has an answer. Savannah has an answer. Abby has an answer. Alana has an okay. Most of you have an answer. Okay. Jace does not have an answer, so she's going to help me. Let's look at this, Jace. What do we know about this? First of all, they're both what? Rhymes with fleevin. Rhymes with fleevin. Take off the fl.
Even.
They're both even. So we know for sure 2 goes into all even numbers, right? But let's go bigger. What about 4? Do you think 4 can go into both of these?
Yeah.
Let's try 4. Okay. So Jace says 4. We're going to try 4.
James definitely said.
Jace. If you're not Jace, be silent.
I did it right.
4 times what gives me 16m?
4.
For what?
No, 4.
M. 4 times what gives me negative 28b? 7. What? B.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I get to that point, is there any other number I can put into both those?
No.
That's it.
I got it right.
So, I didn't get it right. But I did
Okay.
too.
Wow, for the first time in forever, man.
Do we understand part B?
Yeah.
Yes?
Can we go for it?
Are we good?
Yes.
All right.
Well, part B was very short.
It was short.
About 3, I think.
Okay. Okay, part C.
Nice.
You got like 3 numbers.
Let's say I've got this. 21x plus 49y minus 14z.
More than one.
Okay. Now, this answer, well, first of all, how many terms is in this number?
Too
There's
many.
3 terms.
I think you know.
But I'm trying to factor what is a number that goes into all 3 of these.
7.
Fune. Fune says 7. Let's try 7.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Okay. So if I do 7,
I get it. Now.
I got the answer.
7 times what gives me 21x?
3.
3x.
3x. Guys, you can't forget the variables. 7 times what gives me 49y?
7Y.
What kind of 7y?
7
Positive.
I got the
Okay, let me tell you something. Is that the same meaning as this?
Yeah.
No. If you don't separate these by that plus or minus sign. This means multiplication. Okay? So you got to be careful. All right, so this is plus 7y. Now 7 times what gives me negative 14z.
Negative 2z.
Negative 2z.
That was easy.
Now, how do I know that I'm done?
It's not like I'm good at
Because
math.
Because
You can't
you're-
go
I look at those three numbers and I look and see if they have any what? Any common factors other than,
One.
do they?
No.
No. Okay?
Does the common denominator go into the first number 2 outside of the parentheses?
Common denominator.
Common factor?
Yeah.
Nice job. Common denominator is like
Smart.
Shh, okay, let's try another one. Let's say I've got these numbers. Now, I want to show you something, okay? 32 minus 4g minus 12h, okay? And I'm going to factorize this expression.
Can you just do it the same way?
Same thing. Now, they're all even, okay?
Yeah.
So 2 would work. Can I just show you something real quick? If I chose 2, I want to show you how it would work. If I did 2, okay, 2 times what is 32? Wow. 16.
Oh, I was
2 times what is negative 4g? Negative 2g. 2 times what is negative 12h?
6.
Negative 6h. Now, if I did this, okay, I wouldn't be done because these have another common factor, don't they? What's the common factor all of those have? 2. 4 can't go into 2.
So we should have done 4.
We could have. But I just want to show you why it would work, okay? If I took this 2, I already have a 2 out here, so I multiply it by,
6.
8.
okay, I'm going to take a 2 out. 2 times what is 16?
8.
2 times what is negative 2g? Negative 1g or just negative what?
Negative 1.
Negative g. And 2 times what is negative 6h? These,
So like,
these have the only common factor. Now, if you have a negative g, if I put a 1 in front of that, does that change the value? It means the exact same thing, okay? So the only factor these would have would be 1. So this would be 2 times 2 is 4, 8 minus g minus 3h. Now, if you had chosen to do 4 first, which is fine, 4 times what is 32? 8. 4 times what is negative 4g? Negative g or negative what? We'll write the 1 because it doesn't matter. And then 4 times what is negative 12h?
negative 3h. So I have a question.
Okay, are those the same answer?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
So like, for
Okay.
example, we don't have, so like, but if we know like it could be going like divisible with 4, we don't have to do the like
No,
longer problem?
you don't have to do it. If you can tell the greatest common factor from the very beginning, then just go with it. I could tell by this that 4 has to go into all of them, right? Okay, but if I did 2, I'm just showing you, you would still get to the same answer.
Okay.
Okay, Chase, question.
Are all of the questions on our math sheet going to be the simple 1 through 12 math facts?
If it goes into like 13, 14,
No.
I give up. Wait, so no?
No.
Wait, then how are we going to do it? If
It's double-sided.
There's some 11s.
Well, yeah, but
There's some 12. You guys will be fine. Don't worry.
no. Is there 13s and 14s?
11 can't be divisible. Yeah.
I mean, there's one that has 20s.
Oh.
That's not
20s are easy. 20, 40, 60, 80. Come on.